Welcome to NCHS Toronto Podcasts. I'm the news editor, JD Disturco, here with NCHS Senior
Ava Licata
and Teen Talk Counselor
Marta Huitron.
And today I'll be covering the mental health fair. Ava, Ms. Huitron, thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having us.
So to start off, what were both of your main goals of the mental health fair, and do you guys both believe that you have accomplished these goals?
Yeah. For me, the main goal was making sure that all the NCHS students were cognizant of the resources which Fairfield County supports and the huge variety of the resources that we have.
For me, the goals were very aligned with what Eva just said. I just would include the knowledge of the students of all the resources in the community that they can access.
Can you both kind of briefly explain the process of organizing the mental health fair and both of your separate involvements in it and how you were able to bring in so many different organizations?
Yeah, definitely. The idea all began because I'm involved with a group called Alateen here in New Canaan, which is a group for teens impacted by alcoholism. And the adults who run that group actually noticed that in attending a bunch of health fairs in the area, New Canaan High School never had one. So they said, why not? And I said, absolutely. So I introduced it to Ms. Huitron, and we introduced it to the staff. Ms. Huitron had a bigger play in that, so I'll let her speak on that.
Okay, so we started working on the project, on the mental health fair, around May of last year. Mm-hmm. It was when we started, first of all, we went to the staff at the school, the administration, and asked if they were okay with the idea of having the mental health fair here. And after we got the okay from them, then we started seeing who could come to the high school. Our objective there was to bring a little bit of the different resources in mental health therapy, in grieving services, in the community and leadership groups that the community has. So example of the different resources and services.
And would you both say that the mental health fair was directed to any specific type of students or the broader NCHS student body? For example, I spoke to the clinical director of Positive Directions when I went there, which was one of the organizations present. And she stated that she wanted to reach everyone, but more specifically, the people that were having trouble speaking up and saying how they felt.
Definitely wanted every student to find a resource which they were gravitating towards. That was important to me. But we did have more specific resources like Live Girl, who's a resource who provides leadership opportunities for females specifically. So there were organizations more targeted towards certain audiences. But again, I feel like we served everyone's interest, hopefully.
Yes, I think the fair was for the whole student body, because you never know who can need a service, and just to bring the information to all the school.
Mm-hmm. And it's such a stressful time for students, especially seniors with college applications being due soon. How do you hope to continue and even spread mental health movements like the We Won't Worry Alone movement or just other mental health resources throughout the remainder of the year?
So at school we have the Mental Health Alliance that works nonstop all the school year to bring different projects. This past Saturday, they were in the suicide prevention walk at Westport. That is also an important work that they do. And in terms of the fair, we don't plan to be a 1-year event. We have the plan to replicate that and to be a tradition of the mental health of New Canaan High School.
Definitely, yeah. I hope to pass the torch down to someone who is equally as passionate about keeping it up.
And if anyone that is hearing us is interested in grab that torch, please let me know.
Yes, please.
And that perfectly leads into the final question. This is more directed towards Ava, but the second part can be to both of you. Ava, even though you're graduating this year, how do you aim to leave an impact on mental health in the New Canaan High School community? And yeah.
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's also about connecting staff and students. I think that there can be a disconnect in a lot of ways in terms of mental health and how that it's applied to the classroom. So for me, I hope that this mental health fair was both eye-opening for students and for staff as well, and that we're understanding the resources that students utilize on a day-to-day basis and ones which staff could utilize as well. So, yeah.
I think Eva touched on a very important topic, and it is of all the in-school resources that there is. The mental health team, school counselors, school psychologists, and school social workers are here for every student, and it's very important for all of the students to be aware of that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of NCHS Toronto Podcast. I'm JD Disturco with
Ava Licata
And Marta Huitron.
All right, thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.